something she dreads. Back before children had settled her friends. Back when the radio spoke to her heart. Oh, girls, they wanna have fun. Oh, Oneida, I know that I'm younger than most, but I'm willing if you got the time to buy us wine. Hey guys, today I thought I would do a song off of Tyler Childers' new album called Oneida, and I really like this song. And so I hope you guys do too. And it's very easy, very simple. Some of Tyler Childers stuff is not as simple as this, but this is just a really cool, simple 3-chord song to strum and sing along with. So let's go over it real quick. So we are going to use our capo. We're going to put that on the 3rd fret. Alright, and then I'm just going to tell you the chords that would be not relative to the capo. They're just like what it would be if they were open chords. Okay, so technically it's going to be a G, a C, and an A minor, but I'm going to tell you what it would be based off of our capo, okay? So our first chord is an E. So if you don't know an E, it's an open E string. Your 2nd fret of the A string with your middle finger, 2nd fret of the D string with your ring, and then your pointer finger is going to go on the 1st fret of the G string, and then the B and the E, and it's open. So the verses are just E and A. If you don't know an A, it's an open A string. Find out whatever way you want to do the 2nd fret of the D string, G, and B strings, all that on one, and then an open the E string. Okay, so the only thing that's really distinctive about the song, rather than just like strumming, is you hear this. So before he strums down on a chord, alternating with his pick, hitting the low E string and then strumming down on the chord, and then he's hitting the A string and then strumming down on the chord. But he's holding that E. Now the only time you do something different is when it's the first time you hold the E regular, and then you're gonna hammer on with your middle finger to that 2nd fret of the A string when you pluck the A string before you strum. Okay, and then you're just gonna go to an A. Now, a cool idea you could do for like a little passing, if you want to do it real quick, is the open A string, open E string, middle finger 2nd fret, pinky 4th fret, and then to an A. But you don't have to do that. You can just do straight to an A, right? To an E chord. Alright, now let's say you're going into a chorus. You're just going to hit an F sharp minor, which is you're barring the entire 2nd fret with your pointer finger, and then you're stretching out your ring finger goes to the 4th fret of the A string, and then your pinky goes to the 4th fret of the D string. And then you go to an A, back to an E. That. And then you end on an A. And then you're ready to go right back into the song. Now, one thing you could do, you hear this especially as the song ramps up and gets to like the later choruses, is before you go into the F sharp minor to do the chorus, there's a passing note. It's very subtle, but you can hear it. But you don't want to strum the whole chord when you do this, okay? You're going to quickly use your thumb and grab the 1st fret of the E string, which in this case is a G sharp note, and then you go right into your F sharp minor. Ignore the fact that I called it a G sharp note because we said we weren't going to do that, and I did it anyways. Relative to the capo, it's an F note, but that doesn't make any sense. Sorry. Just go right into that. And then you go right back to the chorus. So it's a pretty simple song, and I hope you found this pretty helpful, even though might have made a few mistakes.